Okay, good morning. I just woke up and I feel it's time for a video blog because I've just got into a few arguments with people on Facebook about the World Cup. So I thought I'd respond via video because this is where I can rant. Um, so basically, I received the Sun's copy of free propaganda with regards to the World Cup, and I tried to give it back to the post lady, and she said, "Oh, I can't take it back. I have to give it you." Um, Obviously forgetting that she does have her own choice. She can make those choices herself, regardless if somebody's told her to do something or not in relation to the to the situation. But that's another subject. Um, so basically, when I did a bit of research, and just to be clear, so the 52% of people in Brazil do not want the World Cup, and I think that's an absolutely huge number because I know it's only just over half. But if you think about how football is dominates our minds and our lives and has been just so ingrained within the working class and the underclasses for so many years, the fact that 52% of people are saying they don't want it is a huge number. And what they're saying is they want schools and hospitals instead. And thousands of people have been made homeless because of the World Cup. I don't know under what laws, I guess, but in some way of them cleaning up the city. And I think there was a lot of squats in Brazil, but I can't be sure. If anyone knows more information on that, let me know. That would be great. Um, so the two arguments I've got back. So let's talk about the truth. Is basically people really struggle to hear the truth, and because football is quite a big thing, and creates a lot of people coming together and quite possibly a lot of enjoyment, and people don't want to know about the truth that comes with it. So let's just be clear about the truth is you can argue with me for telling the truth, you can criminalise me for telling the truth, or you can call me a hypocrite and find flaws within my personal character for telling the truth. But that doesn't you can do that, I don't mind. The truth will still stand on its own, separate to whether I'm talking about it, whether you're talking about it, whether you believe it, or whether you choose to see it, or whether you choose to ignore it. So then let's talk about the word ignorance. I don't know if I did this in the last thing, but ignorance comes from the word to ignore. So ignorance doesn't mean you not knowing about something, like the term ignorance is bliss isn't quite true. The term to be ignorant means you know about something and you choose to ignore it. So one of the arguments I've had is basically because of the light-hearted context of the thread, my comments were out of context. So how the fuck the social injustice is out of context to what's going on is beyond me. So I think that comes down to actually they don't really want to see the truth. They want to say no, there's a place somewhere else for that truth. Keep it separate. Keep it for when I want to look at it. Keep it when it's relevant to other subjects that suit me. I'll have a look at the truth there. I don't want to have a look at the truth to do with football because we all want to get together over summer and watch it. Watch it, but be aware of what you're supporting. And know that you are accountable for all these people that are suffering in Brazil, and that you're going against those 52% that don't want the World Cup. But do what you want, but the truth is there. The truth, you can't deny that information. The second thing was, it's not our fault, and we like football, and the way that football has been peddled at us, and with the way that football is, it's not our fault what's going on in Brazil. And it's the same, it comes back to the same ignorant word. It comes back to, well, if we can't see it, we don't have to know. If we can't see it, we don't have to look at it. And we like football, so we're just gonna ignore it, and we're gonna say it's not our fault. So this brings me to the moral obligation of being human. And in my last blog where I talked about responsibility, we are morally obligated to stand up and be accountable for what we see. So if we know the truth, we must know within us that we are making the choice to stand up or to not stand up, to ignore something or to not ignore something. So basically now saying, well, it's not my fault, it's the government's fault. It's not sustainable, because The government is clearly fucking people over every single day. It's fucking our country over, and it's fucking this World Cup is fucking a lot of Brazilians over. And no matter how you choose to sugarcoat it, that it doesn't stop it from being there. So social injustice out of context, not really. 52% of Brazilians really suffering, want hospitals and schools. Thousands have been kicked out of their homes because it's not your fault and you want to watch a game of football. Watch it, but know what you're watching. Be aware and know that you're making the choice to ignore that truth. But the truth doesn't go away. No matter how much you don't like me saying it, or how much you hate me, or whatever reasons you find. Just remember, you'll find all these reasons within you, because that truth makes you feel uncomfortable inside, and it makes you feel uncomfortable inside because it's your moral obligation to do something about it as a human being, looking after your fellow human beings. Oh, and I got called a militant. So bring it on. Like, yeah, I am militant, and I do feel I'm engaging in warfare because I feel that every single being in this world deserves the right to a home, to clean food and clean water, and I believe that's worth fighting for. Enjoy your football, kids.